thought I'd break that intro lick down. That was a video, well, a snippet from a video I posted a couple of days ago on an improvisation I did over Luca Mantovanielli's backing track, which was E-7, and then it went to F-7, so it's kind of a Dorian vamp thing. So I'm thinking Dorian over it, and this lick is based around the Dorian scale. And it's got everything in it really, from slides, some hybrid picking, some legato, some alternate picking, some intervallic wide kind of note choice, so I thought it would be a good one to do. So if I play it slow to a moderate pace to begin with, so you get the idea. That's the thing, okay? Well, that's the lick, I should say. So here's it a bit more up to speed. Okay, so that's it isolated. Quite tricky, very tricky actually. So I'll give it a go at breaking it down the best I can, as quickly as I can, and as clear as I can. So I'm starting, so it's in F, okay, so the F-7 part of the song. And I'll post the link below to the backing track as well. It's worth checking him out as a player as well. Very good, very, very good. So I'm starting on the 5th fret, okay, so against the F, this is my 6th, okay, the interval, which really gives that Dorian sound, okay. So, okay, so here's the beginning part. Okay, so I go up to there, so I'm just going down the Dorian scale, or going up the Dorian scale, I should say. Okay, so it's, I'll talk frets here in a minute, just so it's easier, then I'll tell you the intervals if you like, because it's always important, I feel, to teach what the intervallic structure is as well as a teacher. So, 5, so I'm picking this, 5, hammer to 6, hammer to 8, on the A string. Hybrid picking the 5th fret and the D string, and then I'm picking back on the 8th fret and the A, pulling off back to 6, pulling off back to 5, so I've got this. Okay? And then in that same movement on that A string, as I've pulled back off to 5, I'm also hammering back onto 6 and then back onto 8, so I've got this sound. Then I pick the D string on the 5th fret, on the 5th fret, then hammer on to the 6th, then hammer on to the 8th, so. And then I go straight to the G string and hybrid pick that with my middle finger on the 5th fret, on the G, like I say. So this is going to be, against the F, it's my 5th. Okay, so here's my triad. Okay, so I'm seeing it from this F here, so this is my 5th. So I've got, okay, so after I've hybrid picked that 5th fret, so I will immediately pick back on the 8th fret of the D string, pull off to the 6th, pull off to the 5, hammer back onto the 6th, hammer back onto the 8th fret, okay? So I'm landing on my 4th here of the F. So far, that's the pattern so far. Okay, so again I'll play it slow. Hybrid pick. Hybrid pick. So I mention the word hybrid pick every time I use the hybrid pick, obviously, and the rest of the time is just using the guitar pick and hammers and pulls. So, okay, then I pick, now, I did hybrid pick a second ago, but now I'm using the pick on the 5th fret, on the G string, okay, so this is going to, so I'm going, hammering onto the 8th, so after I pick with the 5th fret, hammering onto the 8th fret on the G string, pulling off to the 7th fret on the G, pulling back off to the 5th, hammer back onto the 7th, hammer back onto the 8th. Okay. Okay. Okay, and I'm kind of like muted legato kind of thing going on here, which is kind of thing, a kind of technique I've nicked from, well, Holdsworth used to do it, Quayle, Rick Graham, those kind of players. So again, monsters of their craft. So then I'm just running up the Dorian scale here. So I'm going. Then I pick the 6th fret on the B string, which would be my root. So it's pick, hit the flat 3, okay, which is my 9th fret on the B string, pull off to the 8th fret, pull off back to the 6th fret, back onto the 8th, back onto the 9. So it's the same pattern as what I did on the G string. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. Okay. This is a bit of a climb here. Okay. Then I'm going to the E string. Sorry, I have to, because I'm used to playing it in a full flow, so it's hard to break it down slowly. So then I'm going to the 6th fret. Okay. So this is my 4th degree of F, then my 5th, then my flat 7. So there's a bit of a stretch there, so I'm using the first, middle, little. Okay. Okay. So I'm hammering that on 6, 8, 11. After that, I bring my first finger down, so I'm using that as a kind of pivot. Sorry, no, I'm not. Yeah. So I'm going, pulling back off to the 6th actually, so I'm going 6, 8, 11, pull back off to 8, pull back off to 6. So that, I'll try and play the run up to there. Yeah, that's 100% right. So you got, then, which you've seen me do in previous videos, which is a cool little technique. So that's a lick in itself. Okay, so I'm going 6, 8, 11, pull back off to 8, back off to 6, hitting the 9th fret on the B string. Okay. So 9th on the B, 10th on the G, pull off to 8 on the G then. So it's pull off to the 8th on the G, hit the 11th with the pick on the A, 11th fret that is, hybrid pick back onto this 8th fret on the G, so it's, and then I pick the 11th fret on the A, then pull off to the 8 on the A. So I'll do that slowly. Okay, so I missed that 11 there at the start there. I played 10 or in between both. So to get that clean is pretty tricky. Okay, so far. Sorry, I played that wrong. Okay. Whew. Okay, very tricky. Very hard to get that bit really super clean. To break this lick down I would when you practice it. Okay. So after I've picked that 8th fret on the A string, okay, that's the next part. So I'm going 10 on the A string, slide to 11, hit 10 on the D string. Okay, so I've just hit this, and then I'm straight into, which is 10 on the A string, slide with the 3rd finger to the 11th fret, 10th fret on the D string, 8th fret on the G string, 10th fret on the G string, slide with the 3rd finger to 12, and then I'm hybrid picking with my 1st finger on the 9th fret on the G, so it's... After I've done that the hybrid pick on the 9th fret, so I'm speeding up a bit here because I'm realising the video is going to be quite long, so I would definitely start pausing it, rewatching it, slowing it down, using the YouTube scroller thing. It's going to be more handy for you than me to repeat it over. So, hybrid pick that 9th fret with the 1st finger on the B string, then I hit that 12th fret again but using the pick, and then I slide with my 13th, with my 3rd finger to the 13th fret, so I've got same note, right? Then I hit the 11th fret on the B, 11th fret on the B, then slide at 13, then slide to the 15. Sorry. So it's all together. Okay. Killer. Okay, so I'll go from here, right? So after I've slid up to that 15th fret, I hit on the G string on the 13th fret with the pick, so it's hybrid pick the 16th fret with the middle finger. Okay, so it's, I'll go from this 12, the slide with the 3rd finger. Right, then I do this kind of like outrageous stretch, which is probably the hardest bit of the track actually, or the lick. Then I jump to the low E string and hit that 13th fret with the pick, and then I hybrid pick the 16th fret again, so slowly that's going to be... Then I slide up to 18 with the little finger, pull off to 15, 16 on the B string then, so it's... Oh, sorry. And then pull off on the G string from 17 to 15. So let me play and break that down slow. Play it from the start, okay? Bit of a slower pace. Bit faster. Sorry. Okay, so this next section, I'm going on the D string and I'm picking from 18, and this is alternate picking. So I'm going 18, 17, 15, and then sliding as I pick to the 13th fret on the D, okay? So this is all alternate picked. And then the last little thing is a chromatic kind of blues, which I'm in the F, think of in the F blues here. Okay, so I'm going 15, 15, 14, 13, and then picking as I slide down to 11, so it's... And then that's really where I end the lick, and I go off. Something like that, so all together. Oh, bit slower. Okay, give that a go. That was pretty long-winded, but let me know how you get on. Yeah, like I say, that You've got to be quite lucky to catch that. So sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But yeah, have a go at that. Let me know how you do. Please like, subscribe, and comment on anything you want me to go over again, and just general communicate. Good to talk. So catch you in a bit.